Homeowners often ask me, what does the typical step-by-step process of homeowners insurance claim look like? This is typically what you can expect. We've already been there and inspected the home and verified that there's actually damage. That's pretty typical, is to have the contractor inspect the home first. Your insurance company honestly wants that because they really want to know mostly, do you have more damage than what your deductible would be? But once the claim is filed, your insurance company will reach out to you to schedule the inspection with the insurance adjuster. We always recommend just to take that first inspection time that they offer. We will figure out a way to get there. But it is very important to have your trusted contractor there, mostly so that you don't waste time, especially with a large hail damage storm that came through recently, like in the Madison area. There's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of claims that are happening. So that insurance adjuster is going to come there and inspect the home. We'll be there. If that insurance adjuster misses something, it takes forever to get the insurance company to come back to do a reinspection. That's why it's so important to have us as a contractor there, just to make sure that everything gets covered and acknowledged on the first inspection. After that, now you're in what I call the hurry up and wait phase. Sometimes it can be 2 to 3 weeks before your insurance company will actually send back the insurance claim document. That document breaks out line by line what they are covering and how much they are going to pay towards it. It also breaks down exactly what your insurance policy is, and that's oftentimes the first time that we get to see exactly how your insurance policy is wrote. It's important to share that with your trusted contractor, for one, so that we can minimize your out-of-pocket. There's a lot of ways to look at an insurance claim. You don't always have to do all the work on the claim, but we know how to process that paperwork. Also, what's really nice is we have the same program that insurance companies use, so we can plug it into that program and it tells us if there's something off on it. But anyways, once you get that paperwork over to us, we'll go through it, make sure all looks good. And if it does, then we'll process that into a normal written English estimate, sit down with you, go through all the numbers and explain how it breaks down, and be able to get that into a contract and move forward with the work. Oftentimes with insurance claims, you have what's called recoverable depreciation. That's essentially money that the insurance company is holding back to make sure that you get the work done and don't go off to Disneyland. So once that work is completed, we'll invoice your insurance or send them a certificate of completion. They'll release that remaining funds that they've held back, also known as the recoverable depreciation. None of that money ever goes directly to the contractor, always goes directly to you. Sometimes if you have a mortgage, you'll have to have the mortgage holder sign off on that check or something to that effect, but you'll be able to cash that and then pay your balance due to the contractor. It's actually a pretty seamless, quick and easy process, but there is a lot of hurry up and wait throughout that entire claim. Sometimes during that process, there are things that the insurance company did miss during the inspection, or some things that it's impossible for them to have even seen during the inspection. One of those things often is referred to as gapped boards or gap decking, space decking on a roof. Insurance companies generally don't inspect what the surface of the roof underneath the shingles is, so to speak, until the roof is actually torn off. It's on us as a contractor to document that entire process. And if we see that there's gaps in those boards, under the building code, it actually supports installing to manufacturer guidelines. Most manufacturer guidelines, including GAF, with us being a Master Elite contractor with GAF, the max gap is 1/4 of an inch that we can have between boards for roof decking. Again, your insurance company doesn't build in to have plywood installed over top of that decking from the get-go usually. Oftentimes we'll notice this beforehand, but most insurance companies cover for that plywood to be installed over the decking. And then we file what's called a supplement. Supplement is something that is done after the initial inspector has been there, the initial adjuster has been there, and there's pricing updates or things that needed to be added to the claim that were missed. This is post roof replacement, but we do what's called the supplement, send it into the insurance company, get their acknowledgement of paying for the additional work that needed to be completed. And generally this means because we have to bring it up to building code, which is generally required then. And your insurance will include those funds in the recoverable depreciation check that is sent out, or that final check that's sent out to you as a homeowner. Supplementing is very, very important. It's included with every project that we do that's insurance related, and can save you a lot as a homeowner as well. Insurance claims are actually a pretty simple process, but hopefully most homeowners don't ever have to go through one. Luckily, we specialize in that and we have extensive experience going through homeowners insurance claims. This is how a typical insurance claim works.